My name is Rachel Bzostek. I have a PhD in political science from Louisiana State University, and I'm an assistant professor of political science at UT Tyler.
So again, what is Model UN?
Model UN is a simulation where students are assigned to represent different countries. They research positions on issues from the perspective of those countries, and at a conference they work with students representing additional countries to solve global issues.
So how is the Model UN program structured at UT Tyler?
At UT Tyler, we have several courses that prepare students for Model UN. Our first course is offered every fall. It's Political Science 4315, and in that course we go over the basics of international relations, the UN system, and then we have a simulation, our own little mini Model UN. Students who enjoy that class and do well in it are invited to participate in Political Science 4316 in the spring, which goes to the National Model United Nations Conference in New York. And then students who do well in New York and are interested are invited to attend an international conference the following fall. So this fall, in fall of 2015, we'll be taking a group to the Czech Republic.
So what are some misconceptions, if you believe any exist, that students have about Model UN?
I think that students don't always know what the UN does, and students hear very negative things about the UN in the media, that the UN is a world government and trying to take over the world and send troops to invade Texas, and that's just not true. And I think that students learn through Model UN about a lot of the humanitarian work that the UN does to ensure safe drinking water, sustainable electricity, and various elements to make life better for people around the world.
What is one of the biggest challenges of Model UN, in your opinion?
For me or for the students?
I guess for you first and then
Okay.
for students.
One of the biggest challenges for me with Model UN is to get students to actually do the work, to find some way to motivate them, either through the threat of a grade or inducement of free travel, to actually do the research needed to be able to write their position paper, which outlines the specific positions of our assigned country on different issues. So it's hard to get them to do that well. And I would say that the biggest challenge for the students is to realize that hard work before we go to the conference definitely pays off in terms of enjoyment and sense of accomplishment at the conference.
Okay, and so what are one of the biggest challenges do you believe for students?
Getting the courage to be able to realize that they can do this, that it's not above and beyond anything that they can do, and making sure that they realize that they are capable of creating good position papers and creating good work while they're there.
You recently took a group of students to New York on a Model UN conference. How was that experience?
Oh, it was fantastic. I was very proud of them. I would say by and large that this was the most active group that I've had in the conference. So I think this is the first time we've ever had in the New York setting, ever had every committee on the speakers list multiple times, which made me happy. That's all I want, is for the students to be active. And we've had that in the smaller conferences, but never in New York. And it went really well, and I think that the students all had a great time. Haven't heard any really significant complaints about, oh, it was the worst experience of my life. So I think it went really well.
What is a takeaway you hope students receive from joining Model UN?
I hope students, first and foremost, have a better understanding of the world around them, the issues that we face as a world today, and ideas about what possible solutions are to those issues is the first thing. The second thing is I hope that they gain a greater sense of personal efficacy and a greater sense of confidence in themselves and their ability to do research, to write persuasively, to stand up and talk in front of a room of 200 people that they do not know, in a large ballroom with a microphone in the most intimidating setting you can imagine, and just be able to stand up for themselves and their ideas and have the confidence that they know what they're talking about, because that's a skill that once you learn is not going to go away.